Disclaimer: the opinions shared on today's episode of Magic Minute belong to the hosts and are meant for honest commentary, spirited debate, and entertainment. Nothing said here is intended to offend, harm, or alienate anyone. Some takes may hit hard, some may be triggering, and some may not be for everybody. But they come from passion, not malice. If we ruffle a few feathers, just know it's all part of talking basketball.
Love their team like we do. Hey, just come and get you right quick. Get some magic content, and we do it just for the people. It's another magic minute. 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 Just in case you might forget it. Like I said, it's for the fans who scream no magic, no matter where you are. In the car, even near or far. One more time, I'ma tell you who we are. It's another magic minute. It's another magic minute. Just in case you might forget it. What's good, y'all? It's your boy J Curve back in the building with another Magic Minute podcast. All right, man, we've been going for a while. We had to tap back in with you guys. You're back with season 2, episode 2. Man, a lot of things have happened in the NBA since we last spoke to you guys. It was All-Star break and all other things. Bam Adebayo got 83. And you know we don't like talking about Miami on this platform too much, but today we got to get into it. We're going to get into the nitty-gritties to talk about the other team in Florida.
So you're telling me I'm not going to get cut off this time?
Oh, no, we're going to get into it.
100% you will. 100% you will.
All right. We're going to let everybody – I'm going to play Molly Kiram today. So we're just going to get it out of the way. That first topic, we're going to talk about Bam Adebayo. We're going to talk about a couple other things. Of course, we're going to get into some Magic, you know, how they've been playing up till this point, how we're going into the playoffs, what our playoff predictions might be. And then we got a surprise for y'all at the end of the episode. So just make sure y'all stay tuned. It's going to be a quick one today. We're not going to hold y'all for too long, but we do want to get into it. So like I said, historic night the other night. Bam Adebayo, 83 points. How do y'all feel? Let's kick it off.
Go ahead. Go ahead.
No. I'm going to let you start. No.
All right, so hold on. Let me ask a question instead of just open-ended. How do y'all feel? How about this? A lot of people feel a lot of different ways about the Bam Adebayo 83, whether it be it was excessive, whether it be it was stat padding, whether it be it was a historic night, regardless of however he got to it, So in the vein of it was a historic night, Miami made a record-breaking history, making night. It was a performance that will go down in history. It is etched in history. He's the number 2 scorer in a game of all time, passing Kobe Bryant's 81. So we're going to start with Grails. How great was this to see as a person from Miami, Bam Adebayo bring some prestige to your former franchise?
So you got to look at scores are meant to be broken. And he said it. His first quarter was incredible.
Great.
It was. The first half was incredible. He had 41, 43 by the half. And it was great. Traditionally, coaches will sit somebody down, after they get to a certain point. I don't agree with that. But I think it's good. The city, Miami, has its ups and downs. We've talked about it before. So it's good to see them do something, break another record. I'm happy for Bam. He did a great job. Every foul was fouled. I've got numbers to compare Wilt, Bam, as well as Kobe, what their shots were without the free throws. But I looked at the game. I watched the game live, and then I watched it again. Every foul,
of course you would.
Accounted for. I'm sorry?
I said, of course you would watch it twice.
Like I watch Magic games twice. I record every game and I go back and watch to study. See, I like studying film. I like to see what happens, how they get injured, what occurred. But yeah, all jokes aside, I think it's great for Miami. It's something to wake them up. There was also a comment by D Wade saying, "Hey, I don't hear no noise," and then all of a sudden Miami starts popping off. But Miami's known to do that. Miami's known to be dormant and then out of nowhere come left field and make it to, the final round in the playoffs. So
Okay. So as another basketball historian, see both of you guys, you got a little bit of tenure on me. So I'm gonna let y'all lead this historic conversation. You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna let your tenure lead the way. So go ahead and take it away, Michael.
All right. So first, I'd like to preface that we have an imposter in our ranks. We have a secret spy here. If y'all, and I implore all of you to please follow Gotham Grails, follow J Curve, follow me. But if you were to look at Gotham Grails IG, I mean the flooding. I mean I don't think there was that much flooding when Paulo hit his 50 against Indiana Pacers. I mean this was. I mean, I thought I was on a Heat IG. I thought it was like official Heat IG. So let's just start off with that. Second of all, I will give credit where credit is due. In that first quarter, I mean, both teams were playing to win. So Bam doing that was very impressive. Regardless of the team that they were playing, regardless of anything like that. I mean, because at the same, when you start a game, everybody's fresh. Everybody, there's 450 players in the league. Everybody has talent, and so for him to do that and score those points in the first quarter, props. Second quarter, props. Third quarter is where we start getting a little iffy, and then fourth quarter is stat padding. It was a lot of just I just want to do it to break the record. I'm not trying to really for me legitimize it. It was just to get a number. One of the biggest things when you compare it to Kobe was you asked Sam Mitchell. He was like, no, we were trying to stop him. The game was very close. Going into the fourth quarter, they were only Lakers. Lakers were down the whole game. They were only up by 4. They were down. They tied it up. I think it was like 3 minutes left in the third quarter. So they were, they had to keep. Kobe had to keep playing. It was a necessity for him to keep playing. People just look at the final score and like, oh, but look, it's blown out just like that. No. That was Kobe hitting another level to put the game away. Completely different. You watch both of those fourth quarters. There's one where you knew that someone was just trying to get to a number. The other one was trying to get a win, and that's where I think where everybody talks about how it's not legitimate, how it's unethical. Is the reasoning behind it. He wasn't trying to win the game. The game was already won. They had a 99% chance of winning that game going into the fourth quarter. So like this was literally just to get to the number by any means necessary. And we saw that with those BS free throws, the fouls, everything. Like just the whole thing. It was such a bad look to me. But again, that's just my opinion. They were, the Heat were up by 16 going into the fourth. They could have very much sat him for a long while, but nah, he came out and started scoring right from jump.
To go to that defense, and I'm gonna use the Magic as an example because we're known for this within the last few seasons. We'll be up the first quarter, second quarter, start dwindling on the third quarter, and lose on the fourth. So, and Miami's done that too. Miami's been up, and all of a sudden, the team gets hot. They sit all their stars down. So every team does that in the league where they have a lead and they sit their main players. The Lakers did that, like maybe 10 games ago, where they had sat everybody down, and all of a sudden the Lakers had, I think it was like a 12 or 15 point loss, and all of a sudden Bron came back, Luka came back, Reeves came back, everybody came back because it was just one after another. So I could understand, why he would stay in. I also understand, man, you play ball to make records. You want your name to be known historically for something. The guy had 40, again, in the half, he had 40 plus points. And by the third, he had 70 plus. At that point, if it's within your grasp to achieve it, then go for it. regardless of the team, forget Miami. It could have been, you know, Milwaukee. You know, it could have been anybody else. The point is, I don't agree with you in the sense of it was tasteless the way it comes across, because that's what basketball is. Basketball is about scoring. You got a lot of coaches that'll sit players down so they don't, whether it's internal to not cause conflict, but it's a sport of records. It's always been a sport of records. And if you look back at the records of Wilt's game, there was a lot of bogus foul calls in that game too, because I went back to look into it. I also went back to look at Kobe's game. Kobe started the first and second quarter, started real slow. He didn't start scoring until the end of the second, into the third, and blew off on the fourth. So, and I'm a Kobe fan. I love Kobe. I love what he stands for. I love how he held everybody accountable, you know. And when people were hating on him because he wouldn't pass the ball and they were calling him a hogger, his mentality is, I don't trust you. You're not working as hard as I am. And that built a culture for the Olympics, which is a completely different conversation. But that's why I think that Miami doing it, you know, somebody's going to beat it. Last night, Shea Gilgeous-Alexander, he beat Will Chamberlain's consistent 20-plus games. And when he ended his interview, what he said was, when they said, oh, you beat the record, and it doesn't matter to beat a record and you lose. I'm just here to win. But do you think internally he's not happy that his name is also in the rafters for breaking a record?
All right. So first, no, I don't agree with that first, because he said, if you remember the other part of the interview, he said, I'd rather get the dub than make history. So that kind of negates a lot of that stuff, that this is about breaking records and stuff. No, because it's about winning the chip. And so, you know, all that stuff, he's like, if I get that, cool, then that's something extra. But the main goal is to win and to get this championship, not about breaking records and everything like that. Second of all, false equivalencies. Those are this game right here, that game, the Heat versus Wizards, the Wizards were already defeated. Like the attitude, their body language, everything like that. This wasn't like the Lakers example you were bringing up. That other team wanted to win. This team was laid down already. They were laying out and everything like that. So there's a false equivalency when you're trying to look at that. Same reason how people try to compare, Kobe's 81 to Bam's 83. Like, oh, well, look at the final score. No, there's a lot that happened in between there. You know, and especially it's also like, you know, how dare you put yourself in that caliber of people? You know, Wilt was averaging that season that he got the 100. He was averaging 50.4 points per game. Kobe, now he got the 81. He was averaging 35.4 points per game. Bam was averaging 18.9 points per game. This was a fluke game. It was not an example of Bam's, you know, excellence. It was just, hey, he got hot one night and he needed his coach and his teammates to help him get to that point, just to get a number. That's why there's a lot that went into that game to make it, you know, first of all, there's all this controversy. There was no controversy, you know, with Kobe's 81. There wasn't any about stat pattern. They needed him to win, and he just took over and he put that game away. You know, that, like you said yourself, is he didn't blow up till the fourth. Bam had already gotten all those points, and that's where it becomes, like you said yourself, it's, well, I got 70. Why not go for it? It became selfish. It became about him. It didn't become about the name in the front. It became all about the name in the back. You know, and this is.
But who does he represent, though?
What does that mean? What do you mean?
If he scored, he didn't score 83 points for the Knicks. He didn't score 83 points for the Blazers. He scored 83 points. Michael Jordan's known for what he accomplished for the Bulls, not for.
No, he didn't need to score 83 points. That was purely for him. He even admitted it. That's what I'm saying. Is like he coming out of the horse's mouth himself. His justification was to say, why not? The why not is that's why you're getting all that heat. That's why you're getting all the criticism. You know, that's what my point is that Kobe didn't get any criticism because it was a legitimate historic history breaking thing.
So if I could chime in real quick, I just want to say that the 83 game of His reminded me. I don't know if you guys were on YouTube at all and saw LaMelo Ball when he was in, I want to say high school, and scored 100 points in a game, or like 90 something points in a game. One-off game. Didn't have to. Team was blowing out the other team. But it was just, he just kept shooting half court shots, blah, blah, blah. Now, to play both sides or to understand both sides, I ain't capable of scoring 10 points in the NBA game. So if I could get 70, 80, whatever, I'm gonna be in the record book. You know what I'm saying? But like, out of the respect for Kobe, and like I said, we're gonna talk about Kobe in a minute. Out of the respect for Kobe, maybe I might not have gotten the 81. Who knows? And I'm not even a big Kobe Bryant fan. But like I said, we're gonna talk about Kobe in a minute. But when they were talking about it I saw on Gil's Arena, they were talking about Nick Young said he didn't deserve that. Now I don't feel that he didn't deserve it, because any player in the NBA may just bust out one night with however many points. It could be KD, it could be LeBron, it could be JEVON Carter. You know what I'm saying? Like, but whoever gets it, they work for it that night. You know what I'm saying? And however they got it, asterisk, because this one was a little different. I'm gonna talk about that on the other side. But however they got it, they got it. You know what I'm saying? So like, on the other side of it, it's like, all right, like you said, Kobe's game was a competitive game. This game was not a competitive game. So like, what does it really mean when you look back on it in history? It's like, man, that guy got 83 points. But yeah, look at the game. The 81-point game feels different because he had to do that. Like, he had to get that 81 points for his team to be able to even compete. That first half, they were losing, I believe, up until, like you said, the third quarter, right?
End of the third quarter.
Okay, so he was going crazy the whole time. Now, like I said, I wasn't a Kobe fan, so I remember saying, I was like, dang, he only had like 3 assists that game. But like, you know, that was just me being a hater at the time.
That was me being a hater too. I remember that was my argument too.
But like, you know what I'm saying? There's no controversy. Like you said, that was the biggest thing that I had to say about it, because he was competing for his team to get back into the game. Now, Bam going for it like this, like I said, selfishly, I can't say I wouldn't do the same thing, but I can't say I would either. Like, I don't understand my mindset as an NBA player because I'm not one. So like, you know what I mean? Like, I don't know what would happen in that scenario for me. All I can say is, as a respectful person and a player, or a person who loves the game and watching all these players and respects the players, I feel like there was a way to go about it if you got to a certain point. But if you realize that, you know, the game was already out of reach, there was no reason for you to stay in. Just sit down. Like, beat Devin Booker's record and then sit down. You know what I'm saying? Like, just chill at that, take that, and be fine with it. But I can't tell him what to do. If you want to go for 90, go for 90. Like, I just, hey, it's his own prerogative. You know what I mean? Like, I'm not hating on it either way. It was a greasy game. Like I said, I was off camera earlier. I was talking about it. It was a real greasy game. So
I think that's my issue with it all is just this like willful ignorance of it. Admit it. Like, fans, Miami fans like you, Grails, just admit it. Be like, yeah, he sat padded. Yeah, he just wanted to get the number. You know, yeah, he didn't do it the right way. Cool. It's still impressive. Nobody's gonna take that away from you. 83 points, like you said, scoring more than 30 points is really impressive in this league. You know, it's competitive. But yeah, him. I just want him to be like, yeah, I was stat pad. I did that. I want the fans to be, because right now, yo, these Miami fans are coming greasy, especially leading up to tomorrow night's game. You know, it's like Miami fans. So Grails, don't forget, Magic got 4-0 on them. We up on it. We undefeated.
Listen, I'm not arguing that, and I'm the first one to say, you know, the kind of fans Miami has. I'm a fan of the sport, right? And I've always mentioned that. But I do have a question, because you mentioned something. You know, if a team is losing by that much, you should just sit down. So why not just call the game, you know, at the end of the third, because there's no way you're going to make it back and win. The point to play a game, and we all have kids. You play a game to win, right? And you play a game to be respectful, right? They're not being disrespectful, but you're playing a game. That's like the last 15 seconds of a game. There's no way they're going to catch up 12 points, and you're running the clock. You have players that'll go and they'll shoot. You're still shooting points, because those points count towards something at the end of the season.
But to counter that, you have guys who will want to punch somebody else in the face for trying to dunk at the end of the game when they're already up 13. You know what I'm
That
saying?
just
It's the same vein as that. Like it's that same era. It's subjective. Everybody has their own the way they look at it. Like there's an old school mentality where I don't know if y'all caught Brian Hill the other night, but he let everybody know how he felt about it. And
that's what I'm saying.
rightfully so. Like there's different eras and how ways different people look at things. Like nowadays, they just want to go out and get as many buckets as they can, no matter who did what. But like when you start coming close to those legendary records, like you really got to be cognizant of what you're doing. Like if it's just a mess, nobody's gonna.
But on the bright side, look what Miami did to the Wizards. They came here and played us, and they kept us. Like they weren't going to allow a second day. So that also builds something in teams, right? So sometimes a team has to have that ass whooping. I'm sorry, right? Yeah. Sometimes they got to, but it's part of the game. You're not going to win. There's 82 games. You're not going to win all 82 games. And there's going to be games where you get spanked. How many times have we been at the arena and we're winning? And the Kia Center is going bananas. And we lose at the last minute because of a bad pass or a bad throw.
What happened
last
night?
Again, or how many times do we think? Well, we know.
But I don't see what that has to do with this. Like, I mean, as a like you said, as a fan of basketball, as a fan of the NBA, as a fan of professional sports, you don't want a record broken that way. That's what I'm saying. Like as a Miami fan, you don't care. He's in the record books. But as a fan of the game, you want a game to be won the right way. You would be pissed off if a game was won on a no call. How pissed off, Kerr? How pissed off are we? Lakers finals, Lakers Magic game 1 with the uncalled goaltend. Yeah, exactly. Pissed off as a fan of the game because that win wasn't done ethically, wasn't done legitimately. There was a bad no call at the level of the finals. So that's what I'm saying. Like the argument of as a basketball fan, that's why I like. Nah, as a basketball fan, you're on my side of this argument. So that's my whole point. And then as far as the Magic last night, a couple of factors. One, yes, the Wizards were going to come to play. They got embarrassed, and the last thing you want to do is lose face like that 2 in a row. But second of all, the Magic were on a back-to-back after a very tough, very competitive game against Cleveland on the national stage, under all the bright lights, and it came down to the wire. Everybody's playing hard. This is the Cavs of what, the number 3 seed? Or the number 4 seed. I don't remember my
3 because we're number 5 right now.
Yeah, so 3. So
right now.
Hold on, I'm gonna look it up.
I got you.
Because we know it's Detroit, we know it's Boston, then I think it's Knicks and then Cavs. Yeah.
So we got Pistons, Celtics, Knicks, Cavs, Magic.
Yep. So we were playing a team that's above us. Miami is playing a team below. We played hard that night. It was a televised game, so it started even later. And there was a lot of timeouts towards the end. The game didn't get out till like 11 o'clock at night. I'm glad my kid didn't go because then he would have been tired for school tomorrow. But that's my point. Is so like because that's the other thing. These clowns in Miami be like, oh look at that, we spanked them and you guys barely won. It took you OT to win them. Like, come on, man, you guys are really
that's not just a Miami thing. That's any city would have turned around and said the same thing. But you're right. Listen, bro, I'm not gonna defend the Miami fan base, and I've made that abundantly clear.
You almost fell into the trap. He almost got you.
No, it did it because I'm not because I don't. That would have been any other fan base because that's after a ass whooping like that. Yeah. There was another one. Who was it? Was it the Knicks that whooped somebody by 70 points?
It's embarrassing either.
Because we can say the same thing in reverse. The Magic put belt to ass against Milwaukee, and you guys had struggled against them. Last night.
You say you guys. Listen. No. I'm gonna stop you there because you also said that if you go onto my IG page, it's all Miami based. I don't think you go onto my IG page because I've got 3 Miami posts. It was an Orlando versus Miami game, and the 2 posts that I just did for Bam.
Them stories.
Everything else.
Go on Instagram and follow Gotham Grills. Listen, and make sure y'all follow his page.
Bro, it's stories, Magic. I've got more Magic content on my page right now than I do with sneakers, and I do sneaker content.
Explaining is losing, yo.
I'm just saying, if you're gonna call me out, and they're gonna go, they're just gonna say, "Yo, Mahiko, you just don't like Grails, man."
I have a strong disdain for Miami. I dealt with too many Miami Heat fans, especially at the Miami Heat Orlando Magic games. Oof. I mean, I think that's what it is. Is just the fan base, is so toxic. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, man. Yeah.
It is a special type. So I do feel some kind of way because then, and even like I said, even Bam's like reaction and justification, just like I said, it just came off a little tasteless to me.
All right, man. That's enough about Miami. We done. We ain't doing that today. Now I gotta stop.
At the end of the day, I'll be honest with you,
doing, bro. Like you got him doing the Miami.
I'll be honest with you.
Like,
and I was telling Kurt, I was honestly expecting Bane to blow records in Orlando because he's been cooking. So I thought he was going to score 63, 64. Right?
It's the first season. Let him waiting for another. Let him cook, man. Let him
cook. On Cleveland on a good team.
But here's the thing. Our coaching is a lot different. Jet went for 3 threes and Mose sat him down. The moment one of our players, if you look at our game, right, and I'm going to say it, the moment you see one of our players start getting hot, all of a sudden they got to sit.
Yeah, I got a problem with that. The one good thing about the Cavs game, which I loved, was I was sitting there literally like, the Cavs got like 2 threes in a row, timeout. I was like, oh my gosh, Mose actually called a good, timely timeout. We all can agree, like, doesn't Mose like calls timeouts way too late? The game is out of hand now, and then he'll call timeout.
Last night I found myself like, Mose, why didn't you challenge? It was something he needed to challenge. I can't remember the play. If y'all know what the play was in the Wizards game, let me know in the comments, bro. But it was a play. I was sitting there like, why didn't you?
There was a goaltend. I don't think you could challenge the goaltend, but there was an out of bounds, obvious out of bounds.
It was out of bounds. That's what it was. It was an out of bounds play. And I was like, that was clearly whatever. Anyway, speaking of disrespectful, we're gonna move on to the next topic, man. I feel passionate about this one, even though it's, like I said, I'm not a super Kobe fan, but I respect Kobe as the ultimate opponent. I was a T-Mac fan. So there was, like he said, there's been years where it was T-Mac, Kobe, who's the best in the league. There was a good 4-year span. If you look back to 2000, 2004, when Tracy was in Orlando, when he was doing his thing, it was a period of time where it was Tracy and Kobe back to back on the All-Star poster, representing the East and representing the West. So, I mean, anyway, I like to say I don't like how Kobe's legacy's been treated, man. I feel like when he passed away, rest in peace to Kobe. When he passed away, there was a lot of talk about him, a lot of talk about what he did. And then some reason, like a year later, I feel like they started diminishing his name as far as his accolades and successes. And when I say that, I mean it as for my whole, I'm 36 years old, so Kobe came in the league when I was 7. So my whole basketball memory, I remember Kobe being in people's top this, top that, at least the top shooting guard in the league, or at least this guy, or the best Laker of this era, or this, you know what I'm saying? Something that, and then as his career progressed, he was considered one of the top 3 guys, top 5 guys.
Ever.
Now all of a sudden he doesn't crack the top 10. What's that all about? Nothing has changed. The guys you were talking about that were in the top 5, top 10, or whatever in those times are still in the top 5, top 10. So, like, how does Kobe not end up in there? There's no new guys in the top 5. LeBron's been in there. Michael Jordan's been in there. Shaq, all those other guys that everybody, Allen Iverson, all those guys who everybody speaks about all the time. But Kobe has always been in those top 3 positions. What changed? Why is the disrespect on his name now? I don't get it. Like I said, I wasn't a Kobe fan, but I always have respect for Kobe as the ultimate opponent. If I'm facing anybody, if I'm T-Mac and we coming with the Magic, I'm facing Kobe and we trying to get him. Like, we trying to get him up out of here. But it's always a respect there. Like, I didn't dislike him as a person. I like Kobe more so when he retired because I got to see more of his personality that we got to see in the beginning of his career. Like, we didn't get to see it throughout his career because he was so laser focused on the game. As he retired, I got to see the funny Kobe. I used to watch all that on Nickelodeon when I was a kid. Kobe made an appearance on that when I was a kid. Like it was dope to see Kobe. He was on Moesha. He was on all kinds of shows back in the day. You know what I'm saying? But like Steve Harvey show, he was doing a lot of stuff. You know what I mean? But like I don't understand where his legacy got tarnished so much to where all of a sudden his stats and accolades and accomplishments all just dipped down to where he's not in the top 5 anymore, at least. Like who's in there replacing him and it got disappeared, you know, his name disappears out of it.
I think real basketball purists always keep Kobe top of mind. I think in this world of streaming and pop media and pop experts, you know, half the people who are your big stars that are on, you know, your Prime and your NBC, like, you know, some of them cool. I respect what they say. Some people are just like, man, you just there just to be a face. So I think in popular, you know, media, you know, NBA and stuff like that, you'll get they're trying to, because it doesn't sell. It doesn't sell anymore to talk about Kobe. Before, after his death, you know, you would get views, you would get you know, hits, you would get clicks, you would get likes talking about Kobe. Now you don't get that much, so it's like, oh, we gotta chase whatever's gonna get the clicks. So I that's what I think. It's more of it's just a sign of the times. But basketball purists will always refer to Kobe. Basketball purists will always refer to his tenacity, playing a game with a broken, popping his finger right back into place and getting right back out there. You know, freaking torn Achilles. We saw Tatum. We saw Dame. You know,
hey, let's give credit to Kyrie, because Kyrie is another one that tore his Achilles and took his free throw. So that's another one if we're going to talk about, you know, current players to do something like that. So
and Kyrie, that's what I'm saying. Like, I love Kyrie's tenacity. Like my kid who just got into basketball 2.5 years ago. Like, even Kyrie's on his top 2 because that's who he's seen. And he respects that hustle. He respects that desire, that love of the game. You know what I'm saying? So that's why, like, you know, I got upset with this whole Bam thing with how they were talking about Kobe. Like, no, Bam is nowhere near better than Kobe. He had one better game than Kobe, and then that's where we get into the stat pattern, because I don't even think it was a better game. I think Kobe played through many defenses. They were trying to play box defense 4-1. They tried so much. They tried to throw everything at him to stop him, and they just couldn't stop him. He wanted to win, and all of that is of course, you know, when you know Kobe, it's he not only did he want to win, he wanted to show you, he wanted you to lose. He wanted you to feel like you lost, and that's different. But I agree with you, Curb. I hated Kobe until he retired because I didn't have a reason to hate him after that, because he wasn't going to affect my team's score.
Right.
His record.
Right. Once Tracy retired, I was like, dang, let me see what Kobe's doing, because he's always done something.
I love Kobe.
You know,
I love Kobe. I followed him. You know, I understand how you feel about the whole thing with Bam, but I also blame Washington. Washington could have prevented a lot of those, you know, double covers, 4-team covers, and prevented a lot of those free throws. If I go back to like some of the notes, he had 48 points without free throws. Kobe had 63 points from the 81. So the rest were free throws. So had Washington played a big role in Bam's scoring. So I also put blame where blame is due, you know, and I understand where you're coming from. But moving from that and talking about Kobe, I'm in agreement with Mahiko. Those fans that love the game, the sport, its history, is always going to hold Kobe in the top 5 spot. For me, he's 2. And I'll tell you why for me he's 2. Michael Jordan, not taking away from Wilt, Kareem Abdul-Jabbar, not taking away from anybody prior. Michael Jordan started a culture in basketball. So for him, he will always be solidified as basketball. But that goes there. Kobe is always going to be my number 2. The way Kobe and Jordan will go at it with each other, I never seen LeBron. Okay, LeBron never went at Jordan that way. Again, and I'm saying it, LeBron falls to my number 3. But Kobe is always going to have a place because Kobe had that mentality. Kobe had that dog in him, right? Kobe had a standard. And he, again, I said it, he helped the Olympic team win that chip. Had Kobe not been there, we would have not won. because they didn't have that drive. You have to see somebody, work that hard, sacrifice that much, not go out for drinks or to go eat, and see them in the gym to turn around and be like, yo, we slacking, bro. We ain't doing our part.
Right. And
So
2 points,
Kobe's
I just wanted to add 2 things, and I didn't want to make this whole segment about this part about disrespecting Bam. Like, of course, salute to Bam. As a personal accolade, take it, go home, enjoy it with your family. You know what I'm saying? You're in the record books in the NBA, so like, no disrespect bringing up the Kobe thing. I don't even want to mix those two. And then the second thing, I forgot what you was just saying. What did you just say about the last part? Because it was something you reminded me of.
He talked about Jordan. Jordan's number 1.
Kobe's number 2 and LeBron's
Jordan
number 3.
Jordan and Kobe. Same thing with Michael Jordan. I was a little bit younger when Michael Jordan was playing, so I didn't catch all of that. I caught Wizards Michael Jordan in my basketball watching prime. So like, sorry, but like, you know what I'm saying? By the time I was 8, Mike was done. You feel me? Like, I got Space Jam though. What's up? Like, but like, when I turned on the game all the time, I always saw Kobe doing something that I never seen any basketball player do on a consistent basis, whether it was getting his team all the way to the end of the game and missing the game-winning shot. They were down 17. You know what I'm saying? He brought them back with sheer willpower and missed the game-winning shot. I can respect that. You know what I'm saying? Even if he didn't pass the ball hog or not. I used to play with a guy back in high school that we used to play at the park and stuff, and he was on the team actually. And he told me, he was like, yo, do you trust yourself or do you trust me more to take the shot? Because I trust me. And I'm gonna go with me every time. I'm like, you're right, because he was trying to, get me to get out of my shell as far as passing.
Only ball hogging when you miss.
Yeah, like he was like, do you trust yourself to take the shot? And take the shot, bro. Like, stop trying to pass it every time. So like, I got that as I was watching him do his thing too. So I was like, yo, this is it. I don't know, man. To me, Kobe was like an anomaly. Like, anytime you played against Kobe as Magic fans, I always knew there was going to be a problem. Like, I always knew he was going to take it personally.
Matt Barnes, Kobe Bryant.
Matt Barnes, Kobe Bryant, Dwight Howard, Kobe Bryant, T-Mac, Kobe Bryant. We can go through the air. Even Victor Oladipo, Kobe Bryant. Like, there was moments. You know what I'm saying? Like, there was times where Kobe, I just knew he'd come to town.
And Kobe Bryant.
What?
Wade against Kobe.
No, don't even worry about it, bro.
I was just trying to get him to say something, man. I was just looking for clickbait, bro. That's it.
Chris Bosh and Kobe Bryant. Yeah, that's what.
So for me, like, y'all know, I'm a huge nerd, and the way I compare Kobe Bryant is he's like Dr. Doom. You respect him, you hate him. He's a villain, but you had to respect him because the guy knew magic and science. Like that. He
put the work in. Like.
Not just that, bro. The guy studied the referee handbook. Like, he knew how to foul professionally. Yep. He knew where they were supposed to be standing. I mean, that is what I mean about that mentality. He studied his craft. He knew, he knew what he needed to do. He knew who he could trust and who he couldn't trust. But hey, look, not to keep on this topic, I do want to bring something up and get you guys' take. What do you guys think about talking about saying of the difference that we have seen since JEVON Carter came to the team?
Woo! Let's go to Magic. Let's talk.
Hey, let's talk to the Magic. Like I said, all respect to Kobe. We're gonna leave that right there. But yeah, y'all drop down how y'all feel about Kobe in the comments, man. But anyway, yeah, the Magic progress up till now. We done made some moves. Tyus Jones is gone. JEVON Carter's in. He's been making a difference. Hey, man. First couple games, he came out hot. What did he have, like? And he was in the teens. I ain't even going to try to get the exact numbers right. He was in the teens his first couple games, making a lot of assists, making a lot of plays, playing the passing lane a lot. He was getting in there, getting gritty with it, and he's calling guys out. He don't care if you a star. He don't care if you on the bench at the end. He don't care if you in street clothes. You better get right. It's time right now. So, like,
you know what? He reminded the Magic what Magic Ball was. Like, Magic Ball is – he's like Suggs with that tenacity. Like no, mm-hmm. I'm trying to win. I'm getting my man is getting paid like vet minimum right now, league minimum,
right?
And he's out doing many guards, many starting guards too. Like, he's outperforming them. But one big point, like one of the moments that had me like, man, because I don't, I'll be honest, I didn't know who JEVON Carter was. I was like, who's this?
Well, I did. When he lit us up from Milwaukee, I definitely knew who he was. I definitely
so
knew.
like I didn't know, but there was a couple of people. There was one person that I talked to in one of the groups, and he was like, "Man, we got Javon Carter. This is one of the best moves match." And I'm like, "Who is this dude? Like, why is everybody sweating him so much?" And then one moment that really encapsulates what difference he made in the team is he was on the bench, and so is Paolo, and he is in his ear, just talking to him and explaining stuff to him. And you see Paolo like taking it head down, like yeah. And Javon, that's who, because you know what's happening. You know what happened before that. It's like, well, we can't say anything to our superstar. And Javon's like, what I got to lose? I'm getting paid.
You gonna cut my pay? Like, yeah, gonna cut my pay.
Exactly. This is guaranteed money right now. I'm playing with house money, so but I want.
Yeah.
But you can tell he wants to win, and that's what we need. We need people with winning mentality. And that's what we got, Javon, and it's spreading like a virus in the best way possible.
Well, and I said this in the group chat as well. He's like the 2026 Chucky Atkins, man.
Oh, you saw Jalen. Jalen shaved his head, and he said, he goes, yeah, man. Javon said, time to let it go. So you can see the impact that he's brought to the team. Not to take anything away from Dez, because Dez really has been an answer, but we needed that one piece, and I've always said it. I think we need a vet in the locker room. We need that one person, that dad figure, that person to turn around and say, quit the bullshit. Let's get to work. You know, get your ass off. You know, wipe your tears. Let's kick some ass. So
he's already walking that way. As soon as he finishes the sentence, he don't care how you feel about it. Let's go.
if you follow my Twitter, I've been saying that for constantly. There has been a leadership void. Everybody expected Paolo to be a leader. He ain't there yet. You know, yes, he's a big body. Even now, he's starting to realize, oh, you know, I got this 6'10" frame. I need to use it. You know, I need to like actually play, and I need to stop complaining. Last night we almost lost the game because he reverted to old habits. You know, I was losing my damn mind. Paolo complaining on the call, giving us a 4-on-5. Like, come on, dude. So we still got a little kinks to work out, but Javon was an amazing addition. It's a blessing in disguise, and not only that, is one thing is FTP. Y'all been hearing that? F them picks, because
yeah.
Because everybody was, oh, you guys traded your future for Desmond now. Like, word. So was it a bad decision now? Like, I don't think so. And the crazy thing for me is we got him for shooting. But, you know, shooting is such a small part of what he does. He is our dog. He's there. He's our enforcer. And my man drives to the lane more than he shoots threes. Like, we got him to be a three-point shooter, but he changed our culture, and that's what we needed.
And the reason I say he reminds me of like a 2026 Chucky Atkins. Grills, you familiar with Chucky Atkins at all? He's an older player. I believe he retired in like maybe 2010.
Yeah.
Okay. He's played for the Lakers for a stint. He was with the Lakers, the Thunder. But he's played for us when we were in the Heart and Hustle era. And he was a dog, like defensive lockup. He's going to play hard. He's going to give you all the heart he's got. He's going to lead the charge. You better keep up type player. And he's not one to hold his tongue. You know what I'm saying? So, like, he's still around locally in Orlando. Shout out to Chucky Atkins, man. He's definitely a reminiscent. You know, he reminds me of that kind of player, that kind of tenacity, that kind of mind out there. So, not only that, like you said, Paolo's been playing big boy ball. Like, he's been really stepping into his own lately. I believe he's been averaging, I want to say 26 points in the last like 10 games or so, if I'm not mistaken. If anybody could look that up real quick, fact check it. But yeah, Paolo's really been stepping up to the plate. I like how he's been playing. He has been using his voice a little bit more after All-Star break. I believe he went to some island. I want to say it was Jamaica or the Bahamas, one of the two. But he was somewhere tropical, and he was working out during All-Star break. And now after All-Star break, he's back. He's looking like Paolo that we thought he was in the first place. And we don't have Franz. We don't have AB. So two of our bigger scorers are out right now. Two of our bigger
points per game is what he's averaging right now.
22? Okay, 22. Yeah, because I think, last night he didn't get that many points.
Right.
It might have brought him down a little bit.
Is that those 25 points is because this is a team. This is not one superstar and a bunch of role players. Like most of these other teams have these guys shooting 32 points per game and this and that, that means everybody's relying on them. Like everybody's putting all their weight behind them. We have games where Bane will go off. I think Bane has a better point per game than Paolo right now since the All-Star break. So, but because it's a team, we got the killer bees. You know, we find our identity. This is team ball. You know what happened? And we had to learn to play team ball because you never know who's going to be out with an injury. Guess what? J.I., surprise, got injured again last night.
So last night instead of the killer bees, we was at BB&T with Tristan up in there. Bang, Carol, and Tristan.
Like that.
Hey, and Tristan, 28 points. I mean, we had this conversation offline. We talked about it. Curve and I talked about it. I said this at the beginning when we first drafted him. The fact that he played 4 years of college, I compared him to what Miami got with Jaquez. Jaquez went to Miami, played 4 years of college, and you see the transition. I bring it up only because those 4 years of college really shows in the court. We're seeing that with Tristan. Tristan not only played 4 years, but also played overseas. So playing overseas. There are
a lot of other college players that played 4 years well now in the NBA. The fact that you have to bring up Jaime Jaquez, I just want to point that out.
Yeah. Jaime Jaquez is a good player. I'll take him in Orlando. Listen, if he's a possibility to bring to Orlando, I'll take him any day. At the end of the day, all these players
until they come on our team. You know, white chocolate people both teams. I loved it when he played for us. I didn't like it when he played for Miami.
Hey, look, man, white chocolate is white chocolate. That was another breed. That's another type of conversation. We should do an episode just to talk about him and give him his flowers. Because
I played against him before. He was strong. Boy
had some flavor and some Swiss pass and dribble skills.
He brought N1 to the NBA.
Yeah,
he was playing N1 ball. I miss N1 mixtapes. Whatever happened to that? Like they need to bring that back, man.
They was doing some shady stuff, man. There's a documentary.
Well, I'm not talking about N1 like specifically them.
The style of ball,
that type of format, like something like that, where it's just
he would do pickup ball before coming to practice. He go play pickup ball on the street. He had it in his contract.
Yeah. I remember seeing an interview with him, man. He had that. Yeah.
And that's something that I've mentioned before. Why aren't our guys getting together and playing, finding some pickup ball and finding street ballers? I understand about the whole injury stuff, but bring them to the facility. Let's get some street dogs out there to really drive it to them. That really helps hone in your craft. It helps you see what is going on, if you've got somebody that's not in the NBA that's driving points, that makes you reflect like,
you got UCF in your backyard. You could challenge them anytime you want.
So one big point that Grills made in the beginning of the season was there seemed to be a disconnect in the locker room. Like the players aren't like there was no gelling. You know what I'm saying? And one thing that to me was of note was watching the All-Star Saturday. People were there repping for their players, whether it was 3-point shootout, you saw the superstar there for their teammates. And for whatever, I don't know the reason why, but like I was disappointed not seeing Paolo out there cheering Jason. Now,
did we see anybody though? Not just Paolo. Did we see anybody out there from the Magic?
No, but this is your superstar. This is your one. This is your guy. I saw Donovan Mitchell out there. Donovan Mitchell ain't doing nothing in the All-Star, but he was there supporting his peoples. So it was that. But the other point that he had just said recently that came out in some interview was that in that Bahamas trip, he took a look in the mirror and realized that he didn't make the All-Star. He didn't become an All-Star because of his play. He had to take a reality check and understand that he was responsible for his own actions and his own play. Can't point the finger at the refs because guess what? Everybody else has those same refs. Everybody has those same games. Everybody else gets those same no calls. So it's just like if I want to be that dude, I need to act like that dude. And I think he's finally doing it. Yes, there's games like yesterday where he said so, but I think overall the trajectory is going the right way where he's starting to pick up that leadership. And again, bringing it back to Carter, I think I called him Coach Carter and Kendra the other night, and she was like, I like that because because if any of y'all know, I'm with old heads. Coach Carter was a movie with Samuel L. Jackson. And,
Great movie.
Yeah, great movie.
Go watch it if you haven't seen it, guys.
Yep, it's during the time when we had a lot of inspirational movies, a lot of motivational movies. Times were different then. We were a little more wholesome back in them days.
Yeah, for sure. Nah, but yeah, man, Paulo, he's definitely stepping up. We're seeing his maturation right in front of our eyes. And not for nothing, he's still 23, man. So, like, he's coming along, yo. So, I'm giving him some time. I'm giving him some grace. But if he keeps going the direction he's going right now, I'm loving where he's going because it's only unlocking other guys. Who would have thought Tristan Da Silva would go off for back-to-back games? Who would have thought Noah Penda would get free? I mean, we know Tristan could get busy. But, like, out of nowhere, he's just been ready. So, shout out to Tristan for staying ready on that bench. Noah Penda, shout out to him for staying ready. Numbers might be low, but you're definitely getting in there and doing some work, bro. So, shout out to him.
And did you see that Noah Penda ankle break?
No, it wasn't an ankle break. It
was a Jordan push.
It was a push. Yeah, exactly. That's exactly
a Jordan push, man.
Exactly. It was a Byron Russell push. 100%. I got the angle.
Yeah.
He was right in his hip.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's your boy, man. He got the footage from that perfect angle.
Oh yeah. Real Magic
I was like,
fan know what's up.
Yeah. Raw. Hey guys,
yeah.
check out our guy Raw Photography on Instagram. He shoots amazing content at the games. So give him out a shot.
Even outside of the game. Check out all his content. He got some stuff. But yeah, shout out to him, man. Jalen Suggs. Oh, go ahead, bro. I'm sorry.
Nah, you should check out his page because he shoots Chris Brown. He shoots a bunch of stuff. Real talented cat. Go check him out.
Yeah. If y'all bump into him at the game, say what up. But yeah, I was just gonna say Jalen Suggs.
I don't like Chris Brown at all. I don't like Chris Brown at all. I don't like him as a person. Yeah.
You don't like Miami. You don't like Chris Paul. You don't like Gotham Grails,
I love Chris Paul. No. Point guard. I'm all about point guard.
Chris Brown. Chris Brown.
Yeah, Chris Brown.
CP3. I mean, that's other people. But yeah, man. No, I was gonna say Jalen Suggs. Man, he was getting banged up a lot last night. We're talking about the Wizards game that happened yesterday. We're recording this on March 13th. It happened on March 12th. So we're talking about that game. We keep referencing the yesterday game, so I just want to give you all some clarity on that. But Jalen Suggs was getting bounced all over the game like a pinball. He went out of the game for an ankle problem. Then he went out of the game where it looked like his Achilles, and I was nervous. And he went out of the game. No, he didn't go out of the game. He fell off of the block. Him and Paulo went up to go get together and landed snap on the ground. So, yeah, that was a bad one. That was a bad one. He stayed in the game with that one. So I was just – I don't know, man. Jalen is going through it right now. He's pushing his body really, really hard. And I really would hate to lose him during the end of the season time before the playoffs start. Because even though he was going crazy, getting hurt last night, he still produced. I don't have the numbers in front of me, but he still produced a good night. Like, he had a great night last night.
Oh, it was a great game, yeah.
I really –
yeah, so him and Tristan led the way. Like, that's what I'm saying.
It was 22, 24, 26, and 28. They were off by 2.
Man.
Awesome.
So it was a great night, man. So I don't know. It just
one thing he did say, one thing Suggs said in his post-game interview, he's like, look, we're on a back-to-back. He's like, we are human. We're not robots. So, we get fatigue is a real thing. Like, us couch coaches, we can slander all we want, but go out and just go out and play at the YMCA and tell me how you feel the next day. You know what I'm saying? These guys are playing at an elite level, and Jalen Suggs, of all people, will give you 150%. And if you got another 5%, he'll give you 10 more than that, because that's just the way he is. So my concern is that he's not going to be available tomorrow because he got banged up so much yesterday. So like that's my big concern. I like tomorrow is not only a must win from a perspective of where our standings are and everything like that, because at the end of the day, if we tie with Miami, we got the tiebreakers because we already beat them 4 in a row. But it's gonna be we also don't want Miami to have bragging rights, everything like that. But my concern is for Jalen Suggs' health, because he's going to keep going all out. And one thing that came up is some guy, and I wish I knew who did this. They did a whole strength of schedule for the remaining games, and the Orlando Magic have the hardest schedule for the remaining games. Here's just some quick stats to bring it. We have, let's see, it's 4 back-to-back games. We have 5 3 and 4 night games. We had to take 14 flights. We're gonna play 3 times. We have 6 games in 9 nights. You know what I'm saying? So like we have one of the hardest schedules for the remaining leagues. Like the Knicks have it super easy. They got 2 back-to-backs. They got 1 3 and 4 nights. 1 5 and 8. How'd that happen? No 6 and 9 games. Like the rest of the East is Miami is 3rd from last with how easy their schedule is. 2 back-to-back games, 2 3 and 4 nights. They don't play any 6 and 9 days. They have 1 5 and 8 days. So we got it on us. We got a lot we got a big hill to climb, and we need everybody to be healthy.
Well, what you just said, it triggered something in my mind too. Going back to the Jalen thing, if Jalen's down, that's gonna put us in a tight spot for guards, because you're gonna be asking a lot out of Jet. You're gonna have to activate Jace, and I think he was hurt recently, if I'm not mistaken.
AB's out.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. AB's out, so I'm trying to think of who we have available.
Yeah.
Desmond's going to have to do a lot. You're going to be asking a lot out of Dez. So, like...
It'd be Dez, it'd be Carter.
Now,
Dez, Javon Carter. Then backing him up, you got Jet and Jace.
See, this is why I give credit to OKC, because OKC's bench depth, they have a strong... they have a strong core. 2, they got a deep bench. And you could put all their main rosters, sit down and have their second, the bench, their 3rd string play, and they'll give any of these teams a run for their money. Which I think that's.
Go ahead, finish up.
Which that's where I think that's where I think Mo was trying to build. Like, just be ready when your time comes, because that's OKC. OKC, whoever he pulls out is going to play. Is not going to disappoint.
Yeah, don't disrespect the Magic's bench. Don't disrespect the Magic's bench like that.
I'm not. But what I'm saying is,
if we have a full roster, our bench is Anthony Black. Our bench has Tristan Da Silva. Our bench has Mo Wagner in the post, and we got Noah Penda in the post. Or unless you want to put him in the 4. We have depth. We have depth. And so
he's not hurt.
I'll argue that, and I'll argue it with, we wouldn't be complaining about our rotations. Our rotations wouldn't be an issue, because you should be able to plug and play and put people in positions and perform regardless. And that's not the case. We've had a lot of conversations and a lot of arguments where the rotation's not working, and that's why I'm using OKC as a reference, because it doesn't matter who he puts in, they are performing. So at that point, it's not a plug and play. It's not a plug and play. I'm sorry to cut you. It's not a plug and play for Orlando, because if you have to play with rotations and it's not working, then you're missing pieces to make it work.
No, I disagree wholeheartedly. That comes down to coaching, because as we've all complained about Moses' rotations and substitutions, he's not, like you said, you have to pick and put the players in the positions, and the problem is he's putting people in the wrong positions. And it started with this whole positionless basketball that we were trying to run. No, you still should have you should play. You should be a center that can also do this, that can also do that. You need a point guard that can also do this and do that. The Magic front office was so in love with size that you were just getting big players that can play, not getting positions. We know Chet is always going to be a 4 or 5. Hartenstein is going to be a 4 or 5. Everybody knows their role, and so yes, you can play. That's why their depth is so like you're saying that they look like the deepest team. We have depth. It's just we're not using them properly. That's more on the coaching side of things.
And then also too, that's on the players. A lot of players. We're talking about production. If you get out there and you're supposed to produce and you don't, that's on them too. Like, I'm not gonna always lay it on coaching, like, because the guys get out there sometimes and have the perfect opportunity to do what the hell they need to do. So, and they
I
get
just don't want to. I don't want to discount our team. You know, we
Oh,
are.
no,
And I'm not knocking.
sure.
I'm pointing out. Like I said, I watch other teams play. Like we're doing this, and I'm watching 4 games on the side. I'm watching the score. So I'm looking at what can make us better. And in order to be better, there has to be constructive criticism. You have to be able to listen to what, they're talking about ESPN. Look, they're talking more about us and ESPN this season than they have in prior seasons. Has it been because of what we're doing recently with the whole JEVON Carter? Is it because we traded so many pieces to get Desmond Bain? Whatever we did to get that kind of media attention, we want. But at the same token, we want to perform to prove that this is not what you call an 83-point fluke. Orlando's been known for having flukish ways, right? And we're trying to get away from that. We're trying to change the narrative. We're trying to create a culture that is not the tourism city. So we're going to go catch a basketball game. People don't understand. And I'm telling you, from the outside coming in and becoming part of the culture, I became a fan because of the fan base. This is not something that's talked in New York, in Boston. It's not talked in Oregon. It's not talked anywhere else. So in order for the world to see, what we experience, right? In order for them to grasp that, then we need to perform and when I say we, I mean the team, need to be able to stay on top. At the beginning of the season, I made a comment of how many games the Magic was going to win. I threw a high number. My friends told me, you lost your mind. We're not there yet. I'm the person that has the mindset of think it into existence. Keep putting it there. Look, I said we were going to win 68 games, all right, this season. That's far-fetched. When we won last season, it was 40. It was what, 42 to 42? I mean, 41 to 41. It was literally split last season. The season before that was pretty much the same. So that's how much faith I had in our team with our pickups and what we were doing. When we had the draft and we gave up our picks to get Bain, I said, our picks are second round, third round. That's not going to affect us. We're not going to get the development of those players for what we're trying to build right now. So I use that as reference. I think OKC is a great system that works, and other coaches should look at what OKC is doing and try to adapt, try to see what's working, because that's how we learn. We learn from watching other people. We brought Shamgod, we brought Pruny. We brought those coaches in. We've seen the development from Shamgod with the handling and the development with AB, the development with Paulo. So we're seeing those changes, and the fans want changes now. Changes don't happen overnight.
So one thing that you brought up is yes, we had high hopes, and yes, we're getting immediate attention. I think the frustrating thing as a Miami, as an Orlando fan, is the fact that we didn't own up to the expectations. But again, to that point, we also weren't expecting Franz to be injured, Ballo to be injured again. We didn't expect AB to be injured. We did expect J.I. to be injured, but we didn't get that. But there was a lot of things that we didn't expect to happen that affected the golden season that we wanted to, but the resilience of this team to play through all that adversity, to still come out and do it at the right time, because right now is when everybody's paying attention to the NBA. Nobody really pays attention to the NBA until the All-Star break, and then they get their little paraphrase summary of what happened in the first half of the season. So, I'm excited to see what this team does. It's quiet, and I'm glad it's quiet because nobody's really harping. But we don't know when Franz is coming back. He could come back next week. He could come back 2 weeks. I think right now they said he was doing some non-contact, just shooting around type thing, just getting his ankle beneath him and stuff. We don't know what's going on with AB, but we get those guys at the right time. Now we're the team that we thought we were. Bain is balling out. He's proving what he is.
I can agree and I can disagree at the same time. the only person I think of right now. So let's get on to the next topic. Then we're gonna talk about going into the playoffs. Next topic, playoffs. What we need to do right now, as currently constructed. I'm a little nervous to bring back Franz and AB. I would like them to be there to produce, but the only thing that comes to my mind, and Michael, you know where I'm going with this, is Jameer Nelson. So that's the only place I can think of when you bring back a guy when you currently got something working. We're on a 5-game winning streak. Everybody's come back ready to play after All-Star break. Paulo stepped up to the plate to be that guy. 6-game winning streak. Sorry, 6 game. We ain't taking no losses. We ain't, you know what I'm saying? Hey, let's keep it going. And we about to go for 7. Let's get it. Yeah. But yeah. So I don't think right now would be the time. I mean, unless they can come back before the end of the season and gel before playoffs start. But like you were saying about OKC, that's the future of the game. So like we need our depth to be undeniable. The depth will not be denied, like I always say. So we need it to be, something tangible coming off that bench, but we need our guys to be in that starting position. So I say all that to say, if you can give me 3 points of what we need to do as currently constructed going into the playoffs, what would be your takes? Grails, I'll start with you.
We need that hunger. We need that hunger. We need to stop getting injured. That's the other thing, right? These injuries, we can't prevent injuries, right? That's not something that can be prevented, but we need that hunger. We need exactly what JEVON Carter's doing. We need him to keep pushing our guys, keep holding them accountable, because that's what he's doing. He's holding them accountable, and he's calling them out on the court. Go get your ass out. Let's go. So we need more of that. We can't lose Jalen, right? We can't. Hopefully we get back AB, because AB has been a bit of a pivotal point. We've seen his development. We've seen what he could bring. We know we could count on Tristan. Look what Tristan's been doing. So don't sleep on him. And I don't think anybody sleeps on Tristan. So I think if what Amahiko's saying, let's look at coaching and blame coaching, then we need to have that discussion and make sure that we find the rotation that's working. Again, I'm the believer that if you have all the pieces, it doesn't matter how you put them, it'll work, because each piece is a moving part. So you should be able to take out Jalen and put in Jet. You should be able to take out AB and put in Tristan, and taking that one piece and putting another, their performance should not change because of who else is on the court. That's where I see that we have the disconnect. That's where I say, we're working around that.
Yeah,
okay.
I
agree. We need accountability. And what's your third point? We need to make sure we stay healthy.
Yeah.
Hunger, accountability, and health. Okay.
So I agree. I agree with Grails. One thing I think is a blessing in disguise is the fact that we've had some of these injuries, because it's forced our bench players to play like starters, and that you can't. There's no other way to get that type of experience. And so, yes, during the season, you learn these things, and you learn how to play in this position. You learn how to play in that position. If you have to play a 3, you know how to play a 3, and you have to play a 4, you have to play a 4. So, the injuries, I'm trying to be like a hopeless optimistic, is that the blessing is that these guys know when their number is called, they know how to perform, they know how to play with the players on the court, because now if something happens, someone knows how to play with Pablo, someone knows how to play with Tristan, you know how to play with all the different people, and that guy's a consummate professional. He just he forced himself into this team. He said, I'm gonna fit in here. One thing about the coaching, if you saw that Cavs game, one of the nails in the coffin was Dez's coming out of timeout, that corner 3 that he just boom got in there and just hit it. Unfortunately, they hit a 3 right afterwards. But point being, that play was brought up by Prunty, so he came in with the offensive play. So I do think that we have a great coaching staff. I think there are some things that our head coach still needs to work on. I think he's relied so much on this defense, but defense is a very complicated thing. Yes, you could just, but you have to learn the schemes and learn your how to do proper picks and all those things. Like he just is like talks in platitudes. We just got to sit down on defense. Like no, we got to do more. We got give us something. give us a game plan. So
show your hands. Show your hands. Yeah, do that too. Show your hands.
yeah. Show your hands. Oh my goodness, man. Yeah. So my three things is again health. I think I don't know how to summarize to prevent the Jameer incident. Is the one thing I think that will prevent that is I think with the advent of Carter and everybody's development, especially with Bane being who we thought he was and more, is Paolo has realized he doesn't have to do it all. He doesn't have to be 1A, 1B. We are a team. When Franz comes back, I think he'll fit in so well because the defense is going to be what we thought it was going to be. The defense is going to have to be spread out so much because now you have to trust Dez. You know what he's capable of. So you have to be on him. You have to trust Paolo because if he's going down the hill, he's going to be unstoppable. And Franz, we already know what Franz is capable of. And then you bring AB back. Everybody knows this guy was on the road to be most improved player. He has the best dunk in of the season. You know what I'm saying? Like this is the thing. Like
past couple seasons, man.
for real. So it's like the season is a long season, so it's easy for us to lose sight of some of the things and really highlight what this team has done and can do. And so I think easing the people back in, we know how to play with each other. We don't play selfish basketball. The Jameer thing is everybody. I was in the States. Don't bring Rayford was doing Skip to my Lou was doing amazing.
Just fine.
What was the reason? And in fact, Jameer's defense is what cost us. Down by 2. Oh, I'm sorry. Down by 3. I'm sorry. It was down by 2. How are you going to not guard the 3-point line? Like he let homie shoot a 3 and cost us the game. Like these are things, but he had just come in, in the finals. So I do hope they come back earlier. We got 18 games left. Let's get our guys easing back into it. I think the coach just needs to have that same come to Jesus moment and realize that he needs to rely on the squad that he has. He needs to rely on God. He needs to rely on Prunty. I don't know, old dude who's always talking to players, like rely on them. And then I just think more than anything is patience. I think a lot of times our guys are young, they get in their heads, and things can go south really, really fast mentally. Last night it happened. We've seen that. We've seen that. Paolo, if he doesn't get the calls, he can get in his head real, real quick. Everybody.
That's why I think JEVON Carter is such a great addition because he doesn't allow that to linger. He makes you snap out of it. Like, all right, enough, let's go. So I think that bringing him in at the end of this season, having him return next season is going to be a pivotal point. I really do that. And I'm going to add one more thing that I forgot to mention is we need to control our fouls because we also lose key players like Desmond for fouling out, Mo for fouling out. So that's another element that we need to control of how many fouls we have in a game.
Yeah, I love that Des likes to get into this game, but he has to temper that somewhat. Don't get flagrant. Don't get a flagrant. Don't get an unneeded technical. I love it. He needs to learn just how to ride that line to the point. But I love what he does. But yes, you're 100% correct. We're in foul trouble that fourth quarter. We had to play light and do things and get us out of our playing magic basketball.
Yeah, man. All right, we're gonna wrap it up, guys. We're gonna wrap it up. Would you want to hear my 3 points?
Man.
Yeah, absolutely.
Oh shoot, man. We gotta stay grinding on the way we grinding right now. Offensive rebounds are key. If you don't know anything about us, we sucked at offensive rebounds for a while. But Double Dale is really stepping up to the plate, getting us them boards that we need to keep us in these games. Oh yeah, we're gonna turn up on the boards. So boards, hustling on them rebounds and staying gritty, that's in one right there. That's all right there. And I don't mean gritty like like the dance. I don't mean that. I mean staying gritty and staying active on them boards, throwing some bows if you got to. You know what I'm saying? We big. Let's act like we big out there. That leads me to number 2. Use our size. Use the size that we have on this team. We got Desmond Bain bulldozing through the lane, bowling ball Bain straight down the lane. That's what he's been doing this whole time, guys. Bouncing off his body, getting to the basket. There's no reason why he's not boxing out these bigger guys and standing flat-footed on the ground, still getting rebounds and putting it right back in. Come on now. Let's keep doing that. Let's keep going on. Let's keep trusting ourselves. Number 3, keep trusting ourselves and trusting each other on this team. I love how we've been playing. I love how everybody's been looking at each other. The last night against the Wizards, I think Koulibaly scored a basket. If I'm not, correct me in the comments, whatever. Somebody scored a basket on the Wizards. Paulo looked a little down. Jalen wasn't having it. He said, "Hey, what you doing, man? Look alive, Pete. Let's go." And I love it. I love it. As a team, as a former basketball player, as somebody who's just as competitive as a person, I love holding each other accountable as we get out there. So you guys stay out there, stay active, stay trusting each other, and make sure y'all just, what was the first point? Make sure y'all stay gritting and grinding on them boards. Number 2, make sure y'all hustling to get back where y'all need to be. And number 3, make sure y'all trusting each other out there. So those are my 3 points, man.
Aggression, accountability.
Yeah. Triple A, I like it.
So Curve, take us out by dropping a little fun fact for everybody.
Fun fact for you guys: you can catch all 3 of us. 2 of us will be in this competition here. We got AB Cares kickball game coming up. The Magic Minute crew will be on site. 2 of us, myself and El Magico, will be in the game. Grails will be on the side because he's dealing with an injury at the moment. So our guys going to be healing up right there, but we will be on the scene. Make sure y'all come tap in with us. We'll put the flyer somewhere on this. You can drop it right in front of me if you need to. We'll put it right in the video, man. Make sure y'all got all them details. Come kick it with us at the game. It's a free event. It is on a Friday. Just make sure y'all come out, hang out with the guys, man. We're going to have a good time with you guys, man. AB will be there, so just come tap in. If y'all want to see us, I know y'all want to see AB. So yeah, come tap in.
And at the end of it, it's still all love with me and Grails. We like to mess with y'all, but it's mad love, right?
That ain't true. He don't like me. He don't like me. He don't like me. He don't like me. I'm telling you guys, make sure you drop your comments. You seen it. You seen it. He don't. I'm from Miami, and because I'm from Miami, he don't like me. That's all it is.
Your research.
I'm just messing with you.
It's follow us. Hey. Follow us and make the arguments for us.
Yo, drop in the comments what y'all want us to debate about next, because we'll go in. We'll get it on. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, but man. We gotta see you go at one of us. We gotta see you Curve go at one of us.
Hey, y'all trying to tell me T-Mac wasn't the greatest Magic player? We can talk about that. What's up?
Oh, that's a good one.
Hey, that's a conversation. Research on that. We can go. Now, hey, I want to thank you guys for your time. I really do. El Mágico is nothing but love, man. I love you, brother.
Oh, love you,
Curve. I love you, bro.
All day.
Yeah, thanks for moderating that.
We're gonna drop this episode soon, so make sure you guys drop the comments. Let us know what you want to see from us, whether it's on the street, at the games, or even here on an episode. Tap in. Let us know what we could do to be better for you. That's what we're here for.
Yeah, we know we've been going for a while, you guys. Life has been lifing for everybody. Like, trust me, we are not hiding from the fact that we haven't been active. We know. Trust me. But we do want to still tap in with you guys. We still want to be, hold us accountable. Tap in, be like, hey, where you guys been? You know what I'm saying? Drop a comment. We see it. We see everything. So just let us know, man. And I'm going to wrap it up here. You guys got anything you want to say?
One thing is, like, just to remind everybody, like, the fan base is so important. The whole reason why I even got the mask and the belt and all this, making stickers and all that, is because I want our fan base to be rabid. I don't want us to be a footnote and be like a little. Mm-hmm. We can't blame the market size. OKC is a small market. I met the people from Loves that they sponsor OKC. They explained to me, like, they got nothing in Oklahoma City. They got no baseball. They got no this. That's their thing, and they cherish OKC. I want to see that from us. Yes, we're transient, town, everything, but everybody lives here, so support the Magic. I'm just trying to get more lifelong Magic fans. I try to reach, give the stickers out to the kids so they have a memory, so they can be like, I got that experience at a Magic game. I love the Magic, and so fans, continue supporting us, continue supporting you guys, and yeah, man, take us out, Curve.
Yeah, like you were saying though, Magic fans, you don't have to be the only Magic fan anymore. Come tap in with us, man. We here. Let's get it. Let's chop it up. But I'm gonna take us out of here. Like I said from the beginning, it's been another
Magic
Minute.
podcast. And we out, baby.
Peace.
Deuces.